tonight we headed out into King George Square, and there were people around for us to talk to, and so that's exactly what we did. Early on I walked up and started speaking to a couple named Priscilla and Lucas, and it actually turned out really well. At first they said they were Buddhists and believed in reincarnation, and then I talked to them about how we know God exists, and so at first they were not super convinced that God did exist, even though I'd showed them the building builder analogy. But then I went on to talk about how God is good and just and therefore must punish evil, and how our adherence to God's law, our attempts to obey God after having broken it, cannot take away our past history of sin. And it was at this moment that their faces went sober, where they suddenly realized the weight of what I had to say and started asking me questions. Well, what's the solution? How can this be solved? And I got the privilege of sharing the gospel with them, sharing how it's as simple as trusting in Jesus Christ and what he's done on the cross alone for our salvation. And they seemed moved. They actually asked if there was a local church they could attend, and I recommended the one just out here outside the square. And so I encourage you to be praying for Lucas and Priscilla, that this Sunday, tomorrow, they would seek to come and attend a local church to find out more about who God is, and that they would start reading their Bibles as I encouraged them to. And I ask that you be praying that God would continue to work on their hearts and cause them to trust in Jesus Christ alone for salvation.
There's no deed that can redeem us. There's no right nor magic word. Only by the work of Jesus can salvation be secured.
It's an honor to be able to come out here and share the glorious gospel. Tonight I was able to have a few different conversations with people that had a different idea of religion, a different idea of who the true Jesus is. I had a conversation with a Mormon and a conversation with someone who was a Catholic, and I was able to share with them the true Jesus, the Jesus of the Bible, and they were really appreciative of that. They hadn't heard the true gospel before, and as long as we're faithful and share the truth, we've done our job.